students, good morning. Yesterday we did simple future tense. Today we'll be covering future continuous and future perfect tense. After seeing this video, you will be able to identify the future continuous tense, future perfect tense, and you will be able to express what you will be doing in the future. Future continuous tense is a simple way to express what you will be doing in the future, specifically to denote the actions that you will be in the middle of doing something in a specified time in future. Let's have a look on your page number 82 of your book to the affirmative form of the future continuous tense. The farmers will be plowing their field early this year. Right. I shall be writing to him next month. Starting with the subject followed by will be or shall be. Yes, students, when I'm talking about continuous tense, I'll be adding the word be here. Right. So subject plus will be or shall be followed by the verb in the present participle form, that is your ing form. Right. And then remaining part of the sentence. Next on the list is your interrogative form. When I'm speaking interrogative again, interrogative means the question form, right? So here let's have a look on the example. Shall I be writing to him next month? Question mark. So here again, if I see the structure, see this, as it is an interrogative sentence, it will begin with will or shall. In the case of I, there will be shall. So shall followed by the subject I with the addition of the word be plus verb in the present form, that is present participle form ing, followed by your remaining part of the sentence with this question mark. Next on the list is your negative sentences. The farmers will not be plowing their field early this month. When I'm talking about negative sentences, I mean to say the addition of word not, right? So this nor will be after, between will and be. The farmers as a subject followed by will not be as an helping verb, then present participle form of the verb with ing followed by the remaining part of the sentence. They will not be having their class test from 16th to 24th of March. Next is your interrogative negative sentences. When I am talking about interrogative negative sentences, I am talking about interrogative starting with the helping verb, negative with the word not in between. So, will the farmers not be plowing their fields early this year? Starting from will, followed by the subject, then addition of word not be, then present participle form plowing, and then remaining part of the sentence. Now, coming up to the uses of future continuous tense. So when I'm talking about any action in progress, I use future continuous tense. As in, tomorrow at this time, I shall be taking my test. Right? So when I'm talking about the things in the normal courses, then also I use future continuous tense, as in the train will be leaving soon. When I'm talking about some arrangements and plan that is expected to be happen next in the future, we use future continuous tense, as in we will be reaching Australia on Saturday. Next is polite questions. When we have to talk about or when we have to ask the polite question to someone, specifically when it's related to profession, where we have to use polite questions, then we use this future continuous tense. When will you finish this work? A boss to his assistant, right? Next is your when something happens as a part of routine. When something is happening as a result of some routine, then also we use future continuous tense. See this example on your page number 83. I shall be seeing Mr. Sharma tomorrow. We work in the same bank. Right? So students, after revising these rules, you will be able to solve your exercise number 3. Students, next is your future perfect tense. Future perfect tense is used to express an action in the future before another action in the future. Or we can also say future perfect tense is used when the work will be finished in some specified time in the future. See this example first. I will have left before she comes home. Structure followed here is the subject followed by will have or shall have plus past participle form on the verb. That is verb in the third form. Here action word here is left. So that's the left is the verb in the past participle form. Main verb is leave. Right. See page number 83 for your reference. You can underline the structure that I have discussed just now. Then see the example. I shall have revised my lessons. I is the subject followed by helping verb. Then verb in the present participle form. Then your remaining part of the sentence. Sorry, that's past participle form, not present. That was affirmative sentences. Now coming up to interrogative sentences again, we have to begin with your helping verb, that is will or shall in case of future, followed by the subject, then additional word have, and then past participle form of the verb, followed by your question mark. Shall I have revised my lessons? Will he have reached home by now? Next on the list is your negative sentences. Negative sentences again with the addition of word not. So structure followed will be subject plus will or shall not have plus past participle form plus remaining part of the sentence. As in I shall not have revised my lesson. Next is your interrogative negative sentences. Nothing unusual which we had not done before. Interrogative question form starting with the helping verb, then followed by the subject and the word not have as negative also, followed by your past participle form of the verb, and then the remaining part of the sentence followed by the question mark. As in, shall I not have revised my lessons? Will he not have reached home by now? Coming to the uses of future perfect tense, I have just discussed earlier also that it is used to describe any action that will be completed in some specified time in the future. He will have retired by the year 2008. Will have retired by the year 2008. That's for today, students. After revising the rules, you will be able to solve exercise number 4. Thank you.